Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today we are trying out the new NOMAD Cosmetics Route 66 USA eyeshadow palette. Now, before we get started, for full disclosure, Nomad Cosmetics did send this to me in PR. However, my affiliate code with them is non-commission, so it just saves y'all money. Literally, that's it. I get no commission from it. I will leave the code right here if you want. It's also in the link. So if you want to purchase it, it just saves you a little extra money, but I don't get commission from it. So obviously, I'm not sponsored or anything. But this is their newest release, and it looks so pretty. It is the Nomad Cosmetics Route 66 USA. I love Nomad Cosmetics so much for so many reasons, but first, look at the detail. It literally says Route 66 USA from Illinois to California. It's just, their color stories are unmatched. They put so much effort. When they sent it, they literally put like this little postcard that says Route 66. I mean, look at how cute that is. They always have a full story and concept. So when I saw this, I was like, it's happening instantly. They are a somewhat more indie brand, but that does mean they have like the best eyeshadow formulas, because indie brands are where eyeshadow is at. And y'all, I just saw the color story. Look at this color story, y'all. It's giving, honestly, I get the Route 66 and I get like the intense color, but it's giving like, I don't even know, it's giving everything. And it also says designed on location, road tripping Route 66 from Illinois to California. I mean, that is so cool. Like, I guess they went very immersive. So the postcard they sent says, on the road again, come with us on a rooftop of a lifetime through historic Route 66 with all its quirky stops and stunning landscapes. We hope you are inspired by the feeling and freedom, adventure, and nostalgia to create something to create road trip. I was like, what does that say? To create road trip looks you love. And then it says, cheers to your road of dreams. That's so pretty. And so it literally has the destination. It has information about Route 66. Why did I not know what this was? It is Main Street America, whatever nickname you give it. America's Route 66 is more than just a highway. It's an iconic part of U.S. history that symbolizes freedom, adventure, and the American dream. So their inspiration here, it says, breathtaking blend of warm, sun-baked hues and earthy classics, refreshing sky shades and cacti greens, sprinkled with quirky shimmers and neon sign colors, all inspired by the Route 66. It says 10 memorable mattes, 4 scenic shimmers, and 4 bright as neon sign sparkles. Wow, and they partnered with the Nature Conservancy in their work to maintain the health and iconic prairies of the central U.S. That's really cool. They're a brand who, like, they know what they're doing. But as I said, this is the color story. You can definitely see the inspiration of a little bit of nature, a little bit of that whimsical, quirky colors. So there's a lot of mattes. Oh my god, I didn't even see it, but they literally have the states on it, like Illinois, Missouri, Tennessee. Oh my god, this is so cool. Kansas, Arizona, California. They have so many cool embossments. Oh, Texas. If y'all don't know, I'm from Texas. So with no further ado, let's get into a look inspired by Route 66. There's gonna be a couple looks on this, but let's get in with the first one. So this is actually my first time opening the palette. I wanted to do it with y'all, so I need to like think of a look here. So just give me a minute and I'll think of something. Well, actually, I feel like I could either go with the blue or the greens, like something more woodsy or something actually more eye-catching. But this pink, it's El Rancho is the shade. This is calling out to me, and it's like a pop. Like, there's no matte pink. It's just the pop of pink, and I'm really curious to try it out. So, but I also am very fascinated by this Monger Moss, which is this orange shimmer. Let's just start, and we'll see where this look takes us. This is... I'm not gonna lie, I like the color story, but it is so overwhelming because of how many different tones and neon pops and stuff. It's so different than any other palette I've tried, especially from Nomad, who's very cohesive with stories. So I'm excited. Let's see how this goes. I think first, I'm gonna start with the shade On the Road again, because I prepped my eyes with concealer and I wanna set it down with something. It's a little bit deep than I normally will set it down with, but I do think this should work. Oh my god, they're mattes. They're so soft and buttery, but they have such nice pigment to them. I'm always so wowed by them. Okay, so that blended so easily, but look at that pigment. It's definitely there. I think I'm gonna smoke it out with a little bit of Cadillac Ranch because it's the Texas shade, and I just really want to use the Texas shade. So I'm gonna go with a little bit of it, and this is just gonna be on the outer third, just to add some of that dimension. I'm using the Rephr brushes right now. These are so good if you haven't used Rephr before. They're a little bit pricey, but their brushes are so high quality. I think what I want to do with the look is get a little bit of more of the road trip vibe when you have the brown and black, kind of the streets. But then I do want to add some of those woodsy pops of color, because I feel like that's what Route 66, that's what they had in mind when they designed. Oh, and then for the question today, because I always ask a question in every video, I want to know how many states y'all have been to, because it's kind of like the Route 66 theme, I guess. So I want to know, how many states have you visited? Was it a road trip? I don't think I've been to that many. I actually haven't counted, but I think it's like still in the 20s, 30s range, I'm assuming. It's blending so effortlessly. I don't like, you can see I'm tapping that black, that like cool tone black shade in, and it's already doing the blending work. Like I'm literally just tapping and it's blending. I'm just kind of smoking it out a little bit. I mean, look at how pretty that looks. So let me just take a little bit of that brown shade just to blend. Okay, and that's giving like the road trip base that I wanted there. So now we can go a couple different options. We could go with the cream, the greens, even the teal, the blues. There's a lot of mattes. There's even like a red orange one. I think I'm gonna go in with Roy's Diner, which is this really stunning shade here. And it's because I want to kind of do a little bit of a green. I think this is such an interesting color combo that I haven't done. A little bit more fallout than I would like a lot of kickback with it. Okay, but that pigment, that's giving white green. Like, how can you beat that pigment? But it makes sense, it's very powdery, because obviously that's what's gonna happen if you have such a pigmented shade. The Anissa Beauty brush, and I like these because they have a little bit of a curved edge, so they really just hug the eyelid and they apply so gorgeously. But this is that matte Roy's Diner shade. I'm not mad at this shade. It's a little bit more white than I would like, but I am impressed how it still has that green consistency to it, and it definitely is still giving a little bit more of an earthy tint. But I do think, just so I have the pop, I'm going to go in with a little bit of this Scenic Byway shade right here, which is a deep bluish green, and I'm going to put that right in the center, so the first third, just because I want to make sure that the green still comes across. And I feel like right now it's a little bit too white. Because, you know, we're on a road trip. You're obviously going to see some trees. You're going to see the streets, the land. That's what I'm trying to encapsulate here in this eye look. I think I'm most impressed that they designed this while on the actual route. I think that's really fascinating that they literally explored through it all to see what colors and what would inspire them. Like, that is really impressive to me. And now that we have 3 matte shades, I kind of feel like I need to do some more shimmer shades, like something different with it. So I think, it's hard because I really want to use this El Rancho pink shade. I also want to use the blues, the greens. So this is Marsh Bridge right here. It's a very pretty kind of glittery teal. We have Gateway Arch, which is this gorgeous gold. Monger Moss, which is that stunning orange I was talking about. El Rancho is this so stunning neon pink that I want to use. I'm going to somehow incorporate it. Blue Swallow here, very neon blue. Rest Haven is a neon green. Comet 2 is this stunning gold shade that I need to use at some point. Winslow is this very stunning rose gold pink. So there's so many amazing shades to use that I'm like, I want to use them all. Okay, so I'm just going in and building up all of those individual matte colors before I add the shimmers, because I do want them to pop a lot, especially with those greens and a little bit of the more lime green color. Yeah, do you see what I mean? Like, that just pops a little. I do think I'm first gonna go in with Marsh Bridge, which is the shade right here, and it's because I think it matches that matte kind of limeish white green I have. If there's one thing about Nomad Cosmetics, their shimmers are indie top tier. They're another level. I mean, look at how buttery smooth that applied. There's literally no fallout. They're so well pressed. I mean, I know it sounds like I'm sponsored, y'all, but I'm so impressed by indie brands, and Nomad Cosmetics is one of them that I'm like, damn, that is so pretty. I mean, it speaks for itself. Like, it speaks for itself. And then I think I'm going to go in a little bit with Rest Haven, which is that very, very pigmented neon green, and do that in the inner corner, because that will make the matte green pop. And then I'm going to smoke it out even more. And then, this is where I'm going to get a little bit crazy, but you have to stay with me. I'm going to take on a brush this very pigmented El Rancho shade here, because I'm like, I want to use this. I'm going to take it on a brush, and I'm literally going to apply it as the background shade of everything. And I'm going to do this up so there's not too much fallout. Just think this will take it to the next level. It was just such a pretty shade. I was like, I need to use this somehow, because it's like one of the prettiest pinks. House Labs concealer here. And we're just going to make sure this look is snatched. I do wish there was somewhat of a matte pink shade, just so I could blend everything, because it's very hard to blend with a shimmer shade and to get that pink hue. So I do wish there was like something else, but it's not impossible. The shimmers are well pressed enough to where they can still have that pop of color come through, but it most definitely would have been a little bit easier. Just for fun at this point, I'm going to go with a little bit of this blue shimmer, which is the shade Blue Swallow, and I'll put that little bit in the bottom of underneath the eye, just for some fun. Because again, they included these colors. I feel like that means they want a little bit of that pop then in the look somehow. Then my last step is Comet 2, which is this gorgeous gold shade, just a little bit in the inner corner, just so we can connect all of those shades together. And now I feel like we got that chaotic Route 66 vibe. I mean, this is giving chaos in all the best ways. Like, I feel like I'm not mad at the chaos, but it is giving chaos. Let's go and blend in one last time, just with a little bit. But that does look crazy in the best way. So let me go to the other eye, and we'll see how this turns out after I do mascara and stuff. And then we are back with the finished look for the Nomad Cosmetics Route 66 palette. I'm so impressed, y'all. I just did videos on this. I am so crazy impressed. I mean, this is the look. I mean, it's crazy. I really wanted to reflect the chaos of this palette because it's truly, truly one of the most chaotic color stories I've ever seen. And I think that's reflected on the cover. And they did such a good job with the color story because it's chaotic, but it works. It's somehow cohesive. And I'm so, so impressed. Every single formula I used, high quality. I honestly have no notes about that because the matte's blendable. There's like one, I think it was the Roy's Diner, a little bit more fallout than I would like, but still nothing really that bad. Everything else picked up gorgeously on brushes, on fingers. It was really easy to work with. This is a very intricate, complicated look. So that says something. I'm genuinely so impressed. I don't recommend eyeshadow palettes too much to y'all because they're so expensive. But I am going to recommend this one simply because it's so versatile. I was just talking about this because I feel like you could get so many different looks out of this. Like there's shimmers, there's mattes, but there's also colors. Neons, nudes, woodsy, earthy, like literally pink and blue. Like it's like, what else could you want from a palette? It's so versatile, so high quality, and somehow not breaking the bank. I'm genuinely so impressed with this. I think the look turned out beautifully. I think you could go so many different ways. I'm not going to say it's Nomad Cosmetics' best palette because that's a really high bar, y'all. They have so many palettes that are so good and each formula is amazing. I can't say they're the best, but this is probably one of the most interesting and best color stories I've seen. I'll say that. I recommend it. It's that good. I would recommend it. As I said, I do have a code with them to save you some money. No commission from me, just if you want to, but completely up to y'all. No pressure at all. And if you want to try more from Nomad Cosmetics, I also love their Ghost Town USA and their Fairy Tale palette. They had a Polar Express that's good, but those two are my faves so far, and this one's getting up there. So go check it out. So amazing. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment if you want to see more from me, if you like this content. And if you don't like it, you can scroll along. But I will see y'all later. Thank you so much.